today. Today. You know, as we start this show, this one mic. We hail. And boom. There is a pause throughout the stadium as this man sounds like he just coughed up a lung. Just looking around, the Jumbotron shows and pans the cheerleaders, and as it goes down each cheerleader's face, each one breaks up into laughter, which at this particular time destroys half the stadium. The other half is still trying to figure out what the hell just happened. Does this guy need CPR or something? And then at that particular time, I lost it. Devon Truck. Yes, today.
Blog Talk Radio.
Start this show, this one mic.
Phoenix is another place. They got a great training staff. They were able to breathe life back into Shaq. And you can do that. You know, people talk a lot about their training staff.
Blog.
Yes, today. You know, as we start this show, this one mic.
Yes, today. As we start this show, this one mic. Oh, it's good to be here. Good to be in good company with my guys. Please go to realsportsguys.com. Check us out. We got a lot of good stuff on there. Me and the youngin just did a show on there, and the block. And we got some good stuff going on there. We got a lot of good stuff going on there. You can always catch some stuff on Blog Talk Radio. Our guys, Hustle and Flow, are still doing some stuff there on the audio version. I actually went over there and looked at some old stuff back in the archives where we were doing some incredible interviews. I might bring some of that stuff back and play it back. I would actually share it out with someone who wanted to learn more about our platform. And so go check that stuff out at Real Sports Guys on all social media platforms as well. We want to thank our good friends at Bowman Medical Group and MindMax Development for being with us, supporting us throughout this time. And they were there for us with the Mile Invitational. They've been supporting us through this month. They'll be there as we get into the Tourney Challenge as well. So there's a lot going on here with that. But hey, before we get into the show, I got to bring my co-host on a little bit to see what's going on, going down. What's up, my man from the South Side Chicago? You know, they got a new show on Power called Force. They got Tommy's in Chicago. I said, he in Chicago. I said, it don't even feel right this cat come from New York to Chicago. He don't know what he getting into. I'm going to see how that get in. But I got my man who understands the streets in Chicago, the Hammer, Carl Hampton. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing well, but you want no part of those streets, bro.
I know. It's
Real
just
talk, man.
fictional. Like, out of all the Power shows, that one doesn't seem so realistic. Because I know Chi-Town, like, you going to come from New York and try to take over Chicago? That ain't happening. Hell, the Crips and the Bloods couldn't even take over Chicago. I mean, they held it down. Chicago got a different kind of power.
Bro, that's fiction, bro. That's strictly fiction.
Strictly fiction.
Some other stuff was plausible, but cat ain't coming from outside Chicago. Dude, I can't say some of the stuff that we're on family TV, but family radio. But bro, you know what I was gonna say, man? Like, bro, that's just not possible, man. I mean,
I like the Power Book 2 with Ghost. I like the whole franchise is feeling good. That one right there, at least the first episode, it was hard for me to get my head around. I'll see.
Again, bro,
I trust 50
that's gonna last. That's gonna last a season. If it's real, that'll last a season.
That's what I'm saying.
Playing something. If that might get cut. Couple episodes.
Woo!
When the writers realize they can't write no foolishness like that, man.
Yeah, he gonna leave Chicago and LA like he was supposed to. That one made more sense to me. Go from New York to LA. But when they say he's gonna stop in Chicago,
I agree. But Chi-Town,
yeah.
You gotta deal with that snow. No, man.
That Hawk could put a cap.
Good luck. That's good luck, man. They imagination can overwhelm you sometimes. You know.
Yeah.
Too much imagination.
Yeah.
That's fairy tale land, though, bro. Like my late father used to say, man, cats of Chicago steal the biscuit without touching the crust, bro.
That's it. There's legends.
You know, that's how slick they are. That's how slick they are, man.
You ain't messing with Detroit. You ain't messing with Chicago. Everybody fouls. It's different in them cities. But we'll
not
talk.
Detroit, man.
Yeah,
No,
we got a youngin over here who ain't too tired from Detroit over there. My man Darnell Kirkland Jr. How you doing, Darnell? You been working all day. You been with the youngins. What's going on, man?
I'm over here muted, but yeah, I'm great as always, man. I'm just walking in the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm first time at, walking in the door at the house since I left here at 5 a.m. But you know what they say? It's a blessing to be busy, and I'm really taking that in. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to have work, and especially coming out of we're still in the pandemic. It's not the same as it was like when the COVID pandemic first started, but having that to draw, times where things was quiet, but now now it's time to work, and I'm more than happy to put in that work so we can be where we need to be.
We got a lot going on here, here on One Mic, and so as we kind of get ourselves together, we get out, we get into the open mic. Again, go to realsportsguys.com and check us out. A lot going on here in the world of sports, and so let's start. We're in Super Bowl week. They've had the virtual press conference. Everybody used to land. You get into the on the field. Everybody stays set up. The stars will have their own little area, and you have all kinds of interviews with the Super Bowl. And in those settings, you get people from all over the world coming in and interviewing, asking questions. But they did it virtually. You got your boy, your boys in Cincinnati feeling themselves a little bit, and everybody's getting ready. Everybody's getting ramped up. Joe Burrow is being Joe, cool Joe. So now it's getting down to that time to say who's gonna win, because by the time we get back on, the game will be over. So it's time to put your stuff in the books. It's time to let it be heard. It's time for people to take their position on what they think is going to happen. We've been nibbling around the edges. We've been talking, but now it's time to put it down on wax. And so I'm going to start with you, Hamp, and then I'll come over to you, Darnell, and I'll finish up. Let's talk about who you think is going to win and why.
LA all the way, man. It's like Super Bowl last year. Line play. LA is going to devastate the Bengals line, crush them, and that's going to be the difference. It's not going to be 4.5 now. It's going to be. I see it's going to be a blowout, even though it might come. It'll be a blowout in actuality, but it'll be closer. Where the score goes, so there'll be some cheap touchdowns there. But that's what I think's gonna happen. I think that line is gonna get devastated by Donald and Miller and Floyd and crew, and the fact that you got some of the best safe, you got one of the best corner people. Jalen Ramsey's like, bring on Jamar Chase. I'm ready for him, man. That's the type of dog you gotta be, and that's the kind of dog he is. Even though Jamar Chase is a great young talent. He's not going to pass the stage, so I think it's going to be LA. It's home cooking, and that's what I see. It's going to happen. I think that LA is going to get devastated in this game. Really do.
So Hammer got LA in a devastation. All right, Darnell.
Well, we talked about this on the block, and I said the same thing. I said the Rams' defensive line is going to dominate on Sunday. They're going to dominate. Aaron Donald, you might as well give him his gold jacket right now. You might as well give him his gold jacket. You might to do the Ocho Cinco and put it. He gonna see Joe Burrow throw the gold jacket on.
Joe Burrow? He keep showing y'all gonna disrespect Joe Burrow? Okay.
No, I ain't
it's not disrespect to Joe Burrow, but it comes to a point like, I mean, D. Wills, I think we talked about this several months ago, kind of Penny Sewell, Jamar Chase talk. Yeah, I mean, it looks good now that they got Jamar Chase, but really, I mean, T. Higgins, I mean, I rather have the tackle now. I'm sorry. I think that
No, they're
even
not.
Chase.
I disagree
Yeah, I
heavily
mean, you
with that.
say that because they had a
They're
great
not gonna
dynamic
be.
year. I'm talking about,
They wouldn't be here if they didn't have Jamar Chase. So I'll just say that. They wouldn't be here right
yes
now.
and no. I mean, they got some good receivers, man. Receivers not there. They're not have a weak as a receiver. I mean, he's a dynamic talent, and he definitely took him to another level. But he didn't win. I mean, again, that line helped win that game. Their defense really took over the second half of that game. So I don't know. I'll say right now, I would have liked a more fortified line for Joe Burrow, especially coming off a major injury. But
like I said, the draft is not a one. It's not a one pick.
Talk about the
I agree
Joe
totally. I'm talking about
Burrow
short term.
every year.
You don't draft.
That's why you gotta attack it.
Yeah, you're right. People draft for 1 year.
You talking
Are
about
going
the
to
Joe
be
Burrow?
listening to
Hold on a
the
second.
with us.
You talking about the Joe Burrow that beat the Titans with the great form set? You talking about the Joe Burrow that
the Ryan Tannehill to beat the Titans? What are you talking about? The Ryan Tannehill to beat the Titans.
Hey, Devon, it's a different. Hey, Devon, the Titans got 9 sacks. Didn't the Titans get to Joe Burrow 9 times?
They still
They did, and they also turned the ball over.
They also
turnovers are bigger than sacks.
They don't have the same pass rush that LA do.
Precisely. Preach, young man, preach.
Hey, Devon. I'm the one that told you Cincinnati's going to beat Kansas City. Didn't I called you on the phone? Didn't I tell you that?
I didn't say I didn't think that, but I know last year we were talking about lines. We were talking about last year. I wish we could have a cutback. We talking about lines last year, and we had devastated KC line. I was like, ain't no way Pat Mahomes gonna be running for his life. What he was doing? He was running for his life, man. He wish he was.
I'm gonna say this. Look, I agree that Cinderella's slipper about to go. The glass slipper the pumpkin about to turn. It's all gonna turn.
You said that last week.
I said it last
week.
Hey,
Mahomes cost that game.
I didn't know Mahomes was gonna try and pull a rendition of Steph Curry with no purpose shots. I didn't know Mahomes was just ego was gonna be flying enough and show those flaws where he's gonna panic. Well, so it was more about Mahomes panicking. But Burrow is a real deal.
Yeah, now, allow me to play devil's advocate.
This is why I say I'm gonna use a phrase that Shaq comes out. This game's gonna come down to others. And this is the thing about it is you're gonna have that matchup between Jamar Chase and what I call him just shutdown. I'm just gonna call him shutdown. But it's gonna come up to can T. Higgins and Boyd do something, right? They haven't figured out how to stop Cooper Kupp yet. I don't know what
they gonna have to get open quick.
Yeah, but then I've said it I was talking to Damon Williams about this a little while ago. I said I think Odell is going to have his best performance. He's been building up to his performance. Cleveland. Every time he's on the field, folks in Cleveland are just doing this. Because everybody wanted to put it on Odell, and all he been doing is making plays.
He never wanted to play there anyway, though. Let's be real. He never wanted to play in Cleveland.
No, but
he never wanted to play there.
He wanted to play with Jarvis Landry. That's what he wanted. That's why he wanted to go over there.
Why he went there. And the problem in Cleveland, which was proven in LA, is that you can design to get people open. They weren't committed to getting the ball. Whatever reason it was, Stefanski, whatever he was going to try and do at a certain way, if you wanted Odell to shine, he could have shined. We said that. He gets to L.A. with the master over there, McVay, even though he will cost you some games in a minute. I don't know. Sometimes his game management, he'll cost you one. But Odell going to have his moment. I mean, he going to put his clown suit on. This is where you're going to see. I mean, everybody's talking about Jamar Chase, but understand, before Jamar Chase, it was Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham.
Hey, but like I was going to say, to play Are you muted?
Yeah, what's devil's advocate? So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to play devil's advocate, I could definitely see this game come down. It's gonna be a close game,
Be close.
and then Sean McVay gonna do something to just throw it in the trash can. And
You and I talk about it, man.
I'll be on the couch just like,
come on.
I'm gonna throw my phone at the wall.
Talk to me. They won in spite of him last time. I mean, he was out of timeouts. He couldn't get no plays in because you trying to be too much of a genius. Just get the play in. How many times did they get down and they should have gotten a delay of game? Like, that's what I'm worried about.
They weren't calling delay of game that game. You know that, man. There wasn't even
you and I know.
Clock on there, man.
You and I
they
know.
were
like, why does it take you so long to get the play in? It was just
trying to be too creative, man. Trying to be too creative. I think you'll change. You'll change this game,
man. So yeah, I think we all got the Rams. I think it's gonna be close. It's gonna be tight because I just think Joe Burrow don't know how to go away. I just think it's gonna be tight, and a play gonna have to be made down the stretch. I think it's gonna
he knows how to go down though. When they sack him 10 times.
But they might, but he seemed to get up. He like cut me, Mick.
Yeah.
He like cut me, Mick. He don't care. He like cut me, Mick. He ain't like he's scared of getting sacked. I mean, there's something about this kid. He don't care. So sacking ain't doing it. He was sacked how many times against the Titans?
Yeah, but Titans killed themselves, man. 3 turnovers by 10. That's pitiful.
Well,
but the Rams turned the ball over too. Remember that one game where it was a Tampa Bay game. Cam Akers, he fumbled the ball twice. Cooper Kupp fumbled the ball.
Did.
I mean, they try to pick
it up.
It can happen.
We ain't talking about Tom Brady over there. Even though I like the quarterback, but they'll throw some interceptions and give it up. Rams have shown they'll give it up. So, I mean, don't be so firmly over there.
Man, I'm firm. I'm firm again. It goes to. I'm talking about line play. That's going to be the reason why this is going to be a blowout. It's line play. I mean, again,
obviously,
Burrow can't throw the ball, chase him. He's on his back. Put it that way.
How many times? What, 5, 50, how many times he been sacked? 51?
Oh, like yeah, it was like in the 60s, I think, something like that. It's crazy.
So, like, I mean, he been winning in spite of that. So just don't put it on sacks.
And he taking those Aaron Donald hits, and we'll see.
All right, so that's where we're at. Before we get into into talking about what's happening here on the NBA trade, Hammer, you brought something up before we came on there. What is going on with Alabama football? I mean Auburn football.
I was like Alabama's doing good.
Alabama's doing well. No, Auburn. I think they made a serious mistake. I think this. I'm a big fan of Allen Green. I've been pulling for the brother since he got there in Buffalo. He made a great. Bruce Pearl was a nice move, but this Harsin move was a terrible move. It was culturally a bad fit. And now you're seeing that, when people are bad things come out. And so Cass ain't taking, Derek Mason ain't taking a $400,000 pay cut to go to Oklahoma State to leave Auburn unless something was really bad. You don't have up-and-coming OCs that could have been OC in the NFL, Austin Davis, leaving after 2 months at Auburn. Would you think OC like Alabama OC? So Auburn's in serious trouble. I know a lot of people who are fans of the program, and so when they started, you got Twitter and the coach, one of the rumored lovers of the coach is a staffer. So it's just a hot mess there. And I guess Boise State, Auburn went to his head. I don't know, but Harsin, I thought he was a young up and comer. I was a little surprised he took the job. I was surprised they offered him. But Hugh Freeze gonna get in there and clown. Probably he'll get another chance. Lovie Smith get another chance. He can get another chance. Shoot. So, but the bottom line is that Auburn football is as I like to say, a debacle right now. That's what's happening right now. First and foremost, and sad for War Our Nation, and it's sad that somebody that was such promise, Harsin, clearly is in over his head, and probably needs to reunite, go back to Boise or something, a program that's more of his ilk than Alabama. It seems too much for him.
Well, I mean, we have to keep our eye on it. You know, the basketball program is definitely going in the right direction. It's weird that the basketball program.
Killing it.
Yep. They got a Detroit guard leading them too.
That's right.
They got Mr. Wendell Green Jr.
Balling, man. Balling. I mean, Jabari had a bad game. He came and balled out. So Auburn basketball. Bruce Pearl's a crook, but you know, hey,
if
you roll with him until you get caught. But you know, hey, Chuck Person got caught. He didn't get caught. You know, Chuck caught a case. Bruce Pearl caught a lifetime contract. So hey, what can I say, man?
Nothing, because the LSU coach is still hanging around, and he.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to talk. Nobody, don't talk to me until y'all do something down at LSU. Well, as we get into our cipher conversation over here, we're going to talk a little bit about trades, but and get a good sense of some of the things that are happening out here. You know, today we had a trade between the Pacers and the Kings. Indiana got Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson, right? And Sacramento got Sabonis, Justin Holiday, Jeremy Lamb, and a future second round pick. Let's talk a little bit about Darnell. Talk to me a little bit about in your thoughts why this move is made and why it makes sense for both teams.
Well, at first, I'll talk about it from the Indiana side. Indiana is a team that, in the beginning, a couple months ago, they decided they were going to be sellers. They want to rebuild. Well, that was their original thought. But so the name Sabonis and also the name Miles Turner have been in trade talks for quite a while now. But they've a couple of weeks back they ended up reversing course, saying that they don't really want to, rebuild, which I think is really, it's it's kind of posturing to try to save the trade the value of some of their players. They ended up trading Karis LeVert for I forgot who they traded Karis LeVert for. They traded him to for Ricky Rubio. They traded him for Rubio. Yeah,
a bunch of picks. Rick Rubio's can't walk right now, so
yeah.
Yeah,
he'll be back next year, but they also made the move with Sacramento. They made a move with Sacramento for Halliburton, and what that does is now you have a guard replacing LeVert, right? Halliburton's a promising young guard. He's a big guard. He's 6'5", in that 6'4", 6'5" range. He can shoot the three ball. He plays defense. He's the guy. He can play with the ball. He can play without the ball. He provides kind of like a lineup flexibility to him. And what the outcome of this trade was for the Pacers was, I heard Miles Turner was very pleased with this trade, and he is looking forward to his future playing with Halliburton. So I guess that does kind of help. He's not getting traded. Well, they said they were going to trade him, but he's injured right now, so they can't trade him right now. He hurt his foot, but so that's a little interesting on that side. But on the Kings side, this is where it's a little bit of a head scratcher, because I know they have the log jam at guard, right? They have De'Aaron Fox, they have Davion Mitchell, and they have Halliburton, right? But so they get rid of one of those guards. Halliburton's a guy that it seems like you wouldn't want to give away, because he's a guy that can play without the ball, right? And you have Davion Mitchell and you have De'Aaron Fox, both of them are better when they have the ball. So it kind of a little head scratcher there. But when you bring Sabonis in, he's a guy you can really run your offense through, and it does make sense on that offensive end of the floor. But I think this pretty much tells you Bagley's out of there. After this year, Marvin Bagley will be gone. He's been getting DMPs left and right. I don't know what's going on, but somebody need to rescue Marvin Bagley.
So, man, Ballswell, man. Let's give him Kobe White. Let's go.
They don't need no more
That's what
guards.
they need.
They don't need no.
Kobe White would fit well with them because you're right. He's the type of guy go off the ball. He would fit well with them. That seems the setup.
And I like the Jeremy Lamb. I mean, Jeremy is versatile in the right situation. He's got a lot of tools. You wait for him to kind of go to that next level, but I think he's a nice piece for them. I think on Indiana side, I think it's a place where Buddy Hield can really start to flourish in that space. Tristan gives you the foul and the veteran, but I like also like what Buddy could probably do there with helping space the floor. I think you'll see his game grow even more in Indiana.
Well, you know what I just thought of. I just thought of. This could be a setup for a future trade.
Yeah.
Like Ben Simmons. I'm just throwing this out there. Let's just say no inside information. If they were to decide they want Ben Simmons, right? They have a lot of pieces that a team like Philadelphia will want. Like you have a Buddy Hield, you have a Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? They could make that work if they want to. That's not something I've heard from anywhere. That's just something just my mind going, and that's something that could possibly work.
He going to Brooklyn, man.
Who? Buddy Hield?
No, Simmons.
I agree with Stephen A. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm Philadelphia and I want to send Simmons to Brooklyn.
But who are you getting back though?
Harden.
Get back Harden.
No, I know what the theoretical trade is, but I'm just talking about to your point. You said you don't know if you send them Simmons, but I'll send them Simmons if I'm getting Harden back.
But I don't think but I don't know what Harden you're getting. And
I don't know what Simmons they getting.
But is Simmons with KD and Kyrie? Now you got Simmons. Simmons probably gonna lock down Harden. I got
Harden.
You made Brooklyn a tough roadblock for you over there.
I made myself a tough roadblock.
Nah, as long as they got Kyrie, they ain't tough.
I don't think. You talking about KD and Kyrie, and then Simmons just
halftime Kyrie. Halftime Kyrie.
My point here is,
and that's only halftime Kyrie for the near future.
Yeah, but
getting vaccinated, man.
I'm not trading Simmons to my division. One of the best
players. You're gonna cut your nose off to spite your face. That's what you're saying.
Well, I mean, I understand if Harden's your only option that you want, but
he's not the only option, but he's the best option, right?
But are you better?
He wants to play there too. He wants to play there.
Simmons in the same division, who can guard the guy you just got?
But do you know who I want if I'm
you get Simmons for. You get Simmons for 4 more years.
You know what? You know what I want for if I'm Philadelphia? I want Bradley Beal.
He's hurt. He ain't getting traded now. He's hurt. He got a wrist problem. You heard about that, right?
But Bradley he'll be back.
He'll heal.
But Bradley Beal, he's the guy that if Joel Embiid, he's your franchise player, right? And if you want to make him happy, you want to ensure he's gonna be there for the rest of his career. Bring in Bradley Beal. That's his guy. He trains with him in the offseason. They got the same trainer. They like best friends, and they work well together. You got the inside outside presence. You know what I'm saying?
I like
what happened, but
and Washington ain't necessarily coming back to hunt you right away. Yeah. The way the Brooklyn one would hunt you. Nah. So we got CJ McCallum going to New Orleans.
What do you say? I gotta say one more to that. What do you say though? You always say scared money don't make no money. Why? That sounds like scared money to me.
But also spending money too.
Scared money to me.
Like, look, KD's already a problem. Kyrie, halftime, full time, no time, show up on the bus is a problem. We forget how good Ben Simmons is. And now you put him in with a floor of space. He could just be in that dunker role. You and I know that. But then on defense, he can guard whoever you want to have shut down, and he's going to be highly motivated.
But you can't play him. You can't play in the last 4 or 5 minutes of game.
Okay,
That's
go ahead.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing that's telling about Ben Simmons. I don't know if Ben Simmons got it in here, right? Because
But
they
what
said,
tells-
no,
what
wait,
tells-
no, I got to tell you a story. I got to tell you a story.
Harden tells you he finished.
I got to tell you a story. Why I'm saying this, right?
Okay, go ahead.
I heard that even if Ben Simmons is traded right now, he's still gonna need a few weeks to get in shape and ramp up. What are you have been playing this whole time? You not ready?
Yeah, that's terrible. That's on something.
Let's juxtapose that to Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, he everybody supposed he was just on his couch just chilling, you know what I'm saying? But he came back first game. You saw what he was able to do. He came back, you know what I'm saying? He stayed ready. That just goes to the like how much do you really care about the game? I already know. That told me everything that I need to know about Ben Simmons. Like that's the reason he still got a jump shot, right?
On this team, Ben, I don't need you. With Philly, they need him to do a lot.
I don't need you to have a jump shot. I'm saying it reveals a bigger issue.
I'm with you on that. But on this team, all he need to do is be a stopper on defense, run the floor. We don't need you to handle the ball. We just need you.
You can't handle the ball and get fouled, so he can't handle the ball.
Don't matter. But he gonna shut down your best guy. Let's go on the other side. Do you trust Harden, the cat who came to say still got the hamstring issues? Has he been showing?
You got to try to win. You got to try to win now, and with Embiid.
But has he demonstrated?
I saw Embiid destroy my Bulls. Their brother can ball. He can ball.
Don't tell me about the.
You got to get Harden.
But to what extent do I have to trust Harden? To what extent? What do I need?
You got 1 year. You got 1 year with him.
Do I need 30 every night from Harden to win a championship? I don't think so. I don't think I need 30 a night from Harden to win a championship. What I think I need someone to take pressure off him from possession to possession. Like the focal part is still going to be Embiid. Embiid's going to be the main player. He just got to be the secondary ball handler. He got to get everybody involved. He got to be the playmaker, and he got to score when the matchup is there. But the pressure is not on Harden. Like Harden's not going to be the guy where everything's going to just come and go with Harden like that.
He'll make Tobias Harris better. They'll run the offense through him. He'll distribute the ball. He'll do like he did when the big three were together. He'll distribute that basketball. Like when they were all healthy together. Remember, he was distributing the ball. Remember, Kyrie told him, "You the point guard." That's what he's going to do. He's going to distribute the basketball. And then the fact that he's got scoring prowess, he'll be able to take off that pressure from Embiid. And I mean, it's a win. It's a rental. They got to win now. They can't be. They next year for Philly. It's now.
Stuff that looks good, and this is like fantasy basketball conversation sometimes with stuff like this.
It's reality now, bro. It's reality now.
Well, he says fantasy.
Harden wants out. He wants out.
What other direction do you want to go?
I don't think it fits the best way you do it. I think the timing on offense is going to be held up because he's going to hold the ball too much. I think Embiid going to get frustrated because right now the rhythm the offense runs through him. I think when they get Harden on there, it's going to mess up the rhythm. I think you're going to see fewer.
I think he'll acquiesce.
Okay.
Yeah, he acquiesced when. Now he's unhappy with Brooklyn, but when he first came to Brooklyn, he was distributing the basketball. He was happy. I think the problem. I mean, one reason why Brooklyn's a bunch of mess right now. You got Kyrie, hot mess. You got KD ain't there. You got, I think Nash one day talking about he's gonna be not traded. I mean, he doesn't know. I mean, you're not GM. Sean Marks is GM. Be quiet and coach. You should be a coach anyway. You didn't earn your stripes to be a coach. You're talking person. Now you Brad Stevens. Now all of a sudden you're a GM.
I'm going to respond to this. Milwaukee. All this crazy.
I respond. Miami. Shoot. Miami. Shoot. Our hero averaging 20 off the bench.
Everybody going in the right direction. The rest of these cats, very Hollywood. All right, we got CJ McCallum going to New Orleans with Larry Nash Jr., Tony Snell, and then we got Josh Hart and a whole bunch of other folks going to Portland. And like Portland just saying we're gonna restart. They got a first round, two future second round picks. They just trying to load up. So it makes sense for Portland's just trying to reset. You got Chauncey. They're trying to rebuild, but how can you do that with Dame Lillard in the house? So I'm trying.
He getting traded too. In the offseason, he'll get traded.
So this is what I see as a. This is what in a different group chat I said this. This is what I see as a gentle push out the nest for Damian Lillard. This is not like they want to rebuild, right? But at the end of the day, they want to do right by Dame, and they don't want to make it. It's politics. They don't want to make it seem like they were the guys that traded Dame away. They don't want to see the guy that they don't want to see. They don't want to be like, oh, we traded Dame, but Dame wanted to be here.
You trade a sidekick, though. You trade a sidekick.
So I'm saying what they're doing.
Guys averaged 20 points 6 straight years.
I'm setting it up. I'm saying this is why it's a push out of the nest, because they're making the situation so it's a message to tell him now's the time for you to ask out so we can get you out of here. We want to get you out of here and do it in a diplomatic way. That's what I'm saying.
It's more diplomatic, man. You trade CJ McCollum, you basically saying Dame ain't starting over at 12, 10 years, 11 years of the league. You're gonna get traded. So they want Chauncey, give Chauncey a young club. He can mold.
But that dual
Chauncey can relate to these young players. And I like it, what they're gonna do. And they trade Dame, they'll get some more assets. They rebuild. I mean, look at the Bulls. You can rebuild quickly in the NBA. You just need to get to the right players and the right atmosphere and the right coach. And I think Big Shot can be a really good coach, given the opportunity. So I don't say he's Billy Donovan, but he's a smart basketball mind. So.
Yeah, and I think CJ and Dame ran their course. Unless you're going to get them, they ran their course. So I think it's you got to figure out what the next move is going to be. We'll see if Youngin is right, that this is the gentle push, which might make sense as well. I think having CJ in New Orleans, I think that's a great thing. If they can get their first round draft choice back, I don't know what the hell's happened to him. He's in the Witness Texas program.
No, he's in Oregon. He's in Oregon. He's in Oregon.
Actually,
Oregon.
He's in Portland right now.
I know.
Yeah, he's in Oregon training right now.
He's probably mad he wasn't in the deal. He said, "I want to play with Dame."
Yeah.
Program. The training is a sequel.
Training, yeah.
He said, I wanted to play with Dame. You should have put me in the trade. He going
to New York. That's where he going to.
No, but the thing is, I think with the Pelicans on the other side of it, it's a good move because they're making a push right now. They started off awful. They started 1-12, but now they're making that push. I think they're in the 10th. They're in the 10th seed right now. But they're going to be in the play-in game, especially now with CJ. They're going to rise up a little more. And if Zion comes back at the end of the year, like with a couple 3-4 weeks left in the season, you can make that push to possibly be in the playoffs. I mean,
they ain't counting on Zion. That's why they got CJ.
Speaking of the Pelicans, have you guys watched the Pelicans lately? Have any guys watched New Orleans lately?
I haven't watched them lately.
Yeah.
Oh man, they have this rookie named Herb Jones. I love this kid. He's a long, athletic wing. He played at Alabama last year. He was the defensive player of the year and the player of the year in the SEC. But he flew under the radar in the draft process because they thought his offense really wasn't going to come along. But he's been shooting the ball better as of late, I guess. And he's a very good defender. Like he's one of those guys that, like, with defense, it seems like it takes a while for people to catch on. But Herb Jones is one of those guys. He hit the ground running. Him and Evan Mobley as well. But he's like a guy. He's a 6'8" kind of wing with like a 7-foot wingspan. He can switch. He can guard. He can guard 1 through 4. Yeah, he's somebody to watch for sure. And that's an interesting piece next to Zion, because Zion's an undersized forward. Not undersized, but he's short for a forward. But he can cover up a lot of those mistakes, especially with Brandon Ingram. You have a long lineup, especially when you bring Zion back. It's going to be real interesting to see how they can make this push for years.
You got to re-up him. I mean, how long was his second round deals? I mean, second round deals only like 1-2 years. So, I mean, he's a guy that slipped out of the first round, right? He was.
You think they're not gonna sign Herb Jones after?
I think they will, but it matters the price, though. I mean, sometimes they let cats go, man. If the price
it's not the Gilbert Arenas. The days of Gilbert Arenas are gone. They made a rule just for Gilbert Arenas, right? You know that, right?
Okay, well, I know he's limited, but he's still. I mean, what's it now? What's it?
So Herb Jones on a 3-year contract.
4-year contract. Okay.
Three years contract. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, they're good then. They're good then. He's been balling. He started most of their games. He's been one of the unsung rookies.
The other move affecting the Blazers, which kind of slipped under a little bit, is the deal so in addition to that deal, they had a deal that they did with the Clippers, sending Norman Powell.
Yeah, Norman Powell. Yeah, who balled out.
Eric
Bledsoe and Justice Winslow and Keon Johnson, and then a second-round pick in 2025. So, they're making some interesting moves. You bring Bledsoe, see what that does. You got Winslow, who he's never really quite found his.
That's a negative move.
Huh?
This move is clearly they're unloading guys.
It is unloading guys. I mean, Eric Bledsoe. Does he have a jersey forever? Does he have 20, 30 jerseys? How many teams he been with? How many teams he been with? I mean, does he have every jersey there?
Devon,
how many teams he been with?
Devon, do you know how many teams? Who Norman Powell was traded for? No, I'm saying to get to Portland.
I don't
know. Him from Toronto. He was traded for Gary Trent Jr. You know what Gary Trent Jr. is doing right now?
Is balling out.
You know what I'm saying? They're unloading. They're unloading their guys. They may turn an asset into Eric Bledsoe.
Mm-hmm.
David Lillard's on your team. Eric Bledsoe. Justice Winslow barely gets minutes.
I'm trying to build your case.
Bags are packed. I mean, bags are packed. Bledsoe. That's what I'm calling him. Bags are packed. His bags are packed. That brother.
I'm building your case about I'm adding validity to your comments about what they're gonna say. What they send a message to Damian and say, "Hey, look, man, you can ask anytime you want to. Like tomorrow, I'm just adding validity to what you just said. Yeah. Like we are making it clear. We sending everybody out to the point where we gonna be a JV squad in a bit.
And the flip side of that, look at the Clippers. I know it's unlikely that we see Kawhi and PG this year, but next year this is going to be a deep team. Like you already have Batum like over there, but you have now you got Covington, you got Powell. You can do it. There's a lot of switchable bodies that can play defense, that can hit, that can knock down shots when they open. And it's an interesting team because you just have so many. There's so many different guys. Like this is like I love deep teams, but like. This team has 14 players that you can play in the game. Like some teams, you get to the 11th and 12th man, like, do I really? You know what I'm saying? But no, they have 14 players that can play.
And you got to know how you're going to use them, how you're going to activate them. But you need at least, we got to get PG and those guys back in the mix. But yeah, they're doing some stuff in Clipper land. But it's clear. This Blazer team is going to look different in about 2-3 years. It's going to be turned over, and it's going to be, and for someone like Chauncey, it gives him an opportunity to build a team with the GM and get to where he wants to go. So we got a lot.
Huh? Josh Hart in pieces. No.
What you said now?
I said he said Portland's going to look different in 2-3 years. I said, yeah, it's going to be Ben Simmons, Josh Hart in pieces.
We'll see how that all goes. Well, we gonna get in and close it out. Drop the mic here. We got jobs, so we all gotta go to work. So we'll finish out. We'll go to the hammer, then I'll go and then we'll let the youngin drop us off at the end. So Hammer, what's your words to the folks as we close out?
Oh, I just want to give a tribute to Tom Brady. I'm still stunned that he announced retirement. Kind of sad in a way, considering his play this year, but just showed again, despite some of the controversies he's had. I saw an interesting 30 for 30 with the tuck rule and Deflategate, all that. Still best quarterback ever, and really just went out on top. Even though not totally on top as far as Super Bowl, but on top as far as QB performance. And I guess I read something. There's some hints he might come back. I just still can't believe it myself. But again, he's 44, going on 45 years old. Took care of himself and think set the gold standard, and really, I think he's going to pass the torch to these young quarterbacks, the Burrows we're seeing right now, Justin Herbert's, Mahomes. Hopefully, if he doesn't have any more crazy games. But shout out to Tom Brady, 199 pick of the draft. Someone who, when he was drafted, I never thought would be. I thought he'd be a backup. I mean, I always respected him and thought he was be a good backup. But to think that 22 years ago, I was 27. I never thought Tom Brady would be considered the GOAT. I always thought it'd be Joe Montana. Joe Montana. Really, I always thought would be the transcendent quarterback. I saw him do a 50-yard run the other day. That dude was bad, but he wasn't Tom Brady. So, drop the mic, peace.
All right. I just want to say, welcome back, Lovey. When we last saw you in Chicago, you were getting a team to the Super Bowl in 10 wins, and Chicago thought they could do better. But welcome back, Lovey. I know you had that crazy stint in Illinois. It doesn't always work. Sometimes Illinois is a place where coaches go to die. But welcome back, Lovey. Welcome back to the NFL. We got you over there in Houston. You back in your home state of Texas, and it's just good to see you. I just don't know how long they're gonna let you stay. Houston, changing coaches, they changing jerseys. But we good. It's good to have Lovie Smith back in. I always thought he was a great coach for the Bears. Thought he was getting them going in the right direction. I thought similar to Caldwell. Some of these folks just think they know better, and then they spent all these years trying to get back to where Lovie left them off. And so it's good to see what's happening in Houston, and I'm wishing him well. At least we have a few more black coaches in the NFL, and at least we know we got Lovie Smith. So I'll pass it on to the youngin.
All right, so my drop the mic is going to be: can somebody, anybody, fight Devin Haney? I've been hearing that the Zone would rather make Ryan Garcia versus George Kambosos instead of Devin Haney versus George Kambosos. And we had a conversation earlier about being independent in boxing, and this is where it starts to bite you, right? Because Devin Haney, he is independent, but at the same time, he's been working with Eddie Hearn for the last couple of years or so. So he's been fighting on the Zone. But now that they're trying to put up for the fight, now they're saying that they rather the company would rather set the fight up for Ryan Garcia, even though Ryan Garcia he's set up to fight somebody else in like a tune-up fight, man, to go on in April. So now what's going on with Kambosos? Is he going to wait for a while? He's going to take a tune-up too? How this is going to work out? It makes too much sense for Kambosos and Haney to fight, and Ryan Garcia can just get the winner if you want to play it that way. But it just goes to show that you need the right representation, and sometimes you have the right representation, they still screw you. Especially you got the right if you don't have the complexion for the protection, as they say. But this is a public service announcement. Can somebody please fight Devin Haney? It seems like nobody want to fight. Tank don't want to fight. Ryan Garcia don't want to. The Ryan Garcia is the first guy in history that I've seen that fought for a title eliminator for a belt, and then when it's time for him to get his title shot, he say, "I don't want the title shot." What? I ain't never heard that in my whole life. The champion is at your fight, which is a title eliminator for the champion's belt, and the champion comes into the ring to talk to ask you to fight, and you over here talking about, oh no, you like, you know what I'm saying, you want to do something else. Why are you here? Like, why are you wasting everybody's time? And that's I gotta go to bed, man. Drop the mic, people.
Well, somebody fight Devin Haney. That's what we gonna say. We're gonna put some shirts on that one. Thank you, youngin. Until next time, hey, go check us out at realsportsguys.com. RSG. We love y'all.
Yes, today. Yes, today. You know, as we start this show, this one mic.
We hail. And boom. There is a pause throughout the stadium as this man sounds like he just coughs up a lung. Just looking around, the Jumbotron shows and pans the cheerleaders, and as it goes down each cheerleader's face, each one breaks up into laughter, which at this particular time destroys half the stadium. The other half is still trying to figure out what the hell just happened. Does this guy need CPR or something? And then at that particular time, I lost it. Devon Druck.
Yes, today.
Blog Talk Radio.
Start this show, this one mic. Phoenix is another place. They got a great training staff. They were able to breathe life back into Shaq. And you can do that. You know, people talk a lot about their training staff.
Blog.
Yes, today. You know, as we start this show, this one mic.